Right guys, good morning. Hope you're all okay. Just wanted to do another quick video about some MMA news I watched. Just a quick kind of summary of some of the MMA news I've been paying attention to recently. They were talking about Dracus du Plessis versus Hamzat Chimaev. Dracus was saying Hamzat done what he needed to do to win, and that if they fight again, he'll know what he has to work at and improve on and be like 1,000% that kind of thing. He didn't say those words exactly, but that's what kind of alluded to. And that'll be the wrestling, obviously, because Hamzat was so dominant with that. And he said, did he say? Hamzat avoided a proper fight with him because he thought that would have favoured him, kind of thing. But who's to say Hamzat's been in the trenches before, do you know what I mean, with Gilbert Burns and stuff like that. He knows what it's like to be hurt. He knows what it's like to, to take a shot. So who knows, really? But that's what Drake has said, basically. What else? Talking about doing a Conor McGregor. Well, there's kind of people are talking about Conor McGregor and Masvidal fighting at the White House event. Masvidal saying Ali Abdelaziz is a neighbour of Conor and Dana, literally like neighbours, and he's been getting in the FaceTime with those guys and stuff. So you never know. It's still early days. There's talks about it, but you don't know if they're hyping the fight or they probably are hyping the fight, but there might be some truth in it. You know what I mean? Who knows? There might well be some truth in it. It'd certainly sell well, that fight, do you know what I mean? Two massive stars, and it'd be a good striking battle. Masvidal says he thinks, well, he didn't say he thinks, but he says he thinks it'd go badly for Conor, that fight, because he's bigger than Conor, and he thinks he's got better hand speed than Conor. And he does well with southpaws, so says he thinks it'll be a bad fight for him, but obviously he'd want that fight if they can put it together. I think he was saying they need to find kind of someone he can beat, and he's not that guy, so who knows? But I think they'd put that fight on. They'd both want that fight if it was put together. I think that's safe to say, kind of thing. What else? What other news was that? Israel Adesanya and Joe Pyfer are fighting. Joe Pyfer are fighting. Joe Pyfer was saying that he's a big, powerful guy, and that basically if Izzy was to win, it'd put him back up in the title in the title picture for another run at the title. But he thinks if he lost, he'd probably retire. But probably that people are too quick to count Izzy out. Like the MMA community, they're too quick to bag on Izzy because he lost to Imavov, but he's a very good kickboxer and stuff. What else? Lost to Imavov, but he done well against Dracus du Plessis, and he was coming back in that fight. So yeah, he was doing well in that fight, even though he lost to Dracus Duplessis. He was coming back near the end and stuff like that. Piper was saying even. And what else? Just trying to think what other news there was. Dustin Poirier was saying he fancies Justin Gaethje to beat Paddy by knockout. I think that's what he said. Fancies his old rival to beat him by knockout, kind of thing. Justin said that he was in the wrong mindset for his fight against Max Holloway. He was like, I think he said that he thought of it as a fun fight, and like he weren't in that kind of like killer primal mindset, like to weren't in that primal mindset to like where he's one of the best in the world. When he gets in that mindset, like he weren't in the right minds. He says he lost the battle in his mind. I think he said that before in the preparation. I think he said, yeah. So what else did he say? Yeah, he's but he says he's 100% for the Paddy fight. Some fans were giving Paddy a bit of stick because he was seen vaping in one of Tom Aspinall's videos in camp. He was seen vaping, and they were saying some of the fans were giving him a hard time because of that. But there's fighters like Carlos Praetus who've done really well and who won at the top level, and that like he smokes cigarettes. So do you know what I mean? Like people were saying, like if it doesn't affect, if he can do it at that level, then why are people giving Paddy a hard time, kind of thing? Just trying to think what other news was there. I think that was about it, really. I think that's about all the news there was, if I remember rightly. And some fan or like fighter said, don't know if it was a fan or a fighter. They said they know a lot of world champion boxers who, literally everybody does here like smokes and that, and they know world champion boxers who smoke. It's kind of a common thing, do you know what I mean? And they still perform at the highest level. So I know there's a lot of footballers who've admitted to it in the past. So do you know what I mean? Look at the cardio they've got. So do you know what I mean? As long as you put the work in, I think. Obviously, it's not ideal. Like ideally, you'd be like free from anything like that'd affect your cardio in a negative way. But yeah, we're all only human and we do what we do. Do you know what I mean? We're all adults. Like someone said, Paddy's an adult. He's a grown man. He can make his own decisions, kind of thing, which is obvious. Do you know what I mean? But I think that was all the MMA media, pretty much MMA news. Even I've been listening to lately. That's pretty much covered it all. I think, guys. And Dana White. There was stuff about Dana White tipping valet drivers £1,000 tips. So respect to Dana White for that. He's known. I think he's quite known for his generosity, from what they were saying. Obviously, some of the fans give him a hard time for not paying fighters enough, but like someone said, that the fighters that deserve to get paid never complain about getting paid. Do you know what I mean? It's on them. That's what they were saying, and it's kind of true from what I've followed, from what I've seen in the UFC. Dana quite often gives bonuses and sometimes doubles the pay and stuff. So for the fighters that perform or or that put on the big fights. Do you know what I mean? They all get paid well, so you pretty much 100% of the time they get paid well. Do you know what I mean? Pretty well anyway. Do you know what I mean? I know they're putting themselves on the line, but they do earn a lot of money. Do you know what I mean? So I don't know how you can. Yeah, I mean, it's one of them. It's if you're doing it, you might think differently, but from a fan's perspective, it doesn't earn very much. Do you know what I mean? They're getting paid pretty well, but they are putting themselves on the line. So everyone's going to have an opinion about it. So it's going to be differing opinions depending on what side of the fence you're on, I guess. So yeah, but that's all I wanted to do, guys. Just this quick video on some of the MMA news I've been watching lately. I hope you like it. Feel free to give it a like if you do. Please don't give me too hard a time for my opinions. I'm not always switched on 100%. I do my best. I'm only human, and look, I haven't been paying attention to MMA for a while. I've only just recently been getting back into it, so it's not all fresh in my mind. A lot of it, some of my opinions might be a bit, like they might seem a bit wishy-washy. They might seem a bit like, do you know what I mean? Not 1,000% accurate, but it's because I haven't followed MMA for a while. I've had a break from it for a while, and obviously I've had my mental health issues. Nothing major. Like just I forgot to take my medication the one time, and I ended up in respite care. And I was quite unwell because I never took my medication. That doesn't happen often, and I'm on my medication now and taking it all the time. So hopefully, touch wood, I'll stay well. Do you know what I mean? But yeah, I've had a few episodes like so. Well, over the years I have anyway. So yeah, it's affected my memory and stuff like that. So but you don't want to know about that though. Do you know what I mean? Focus on the positive. The positive is I'm okay. I'm doing okay. Do you know what I mean? I'm staying positive. I'm doing these videos for you guys, obviously, the scriptural videos, the really, scriptural videos, the my faith walk, like videos about my faith walk, videos about mental health occasionally, but the mental health stuff I don't talk about that much anymore because I'd say I'm over the worst of it, I would say. So, I don't really talk about it too much anymore. I might do the odd video here and there, like I did about a few days ago. I done one on intrusive thoughts, but overall, I probably won't talk about my mental health too much unless I get a revelation from the Lord to talk about it. I'm mainly going to be talking about obviously God, scriptural stuff, some MMA news, maybe the odd film. But that's about all you'll hear me talk about, really, guys. Pretty much. I don't get up to a lot. I just work on this YouTube. I'll work on this YouTube. Try my best to stay in, I guess, half decent shape. I'm not in very good shape, really, but I do the odd few press ups here and there and sit ups, but that's about all my fitness I do. And I walk a bit, not loads, but I do walk a bit, like so. That's pretty much what I do. I'm doing my chores, like my shopping, and see friends occasionally. That's about it, really, guys. I go on my little journeys and stuff like that, but I won't go into that because I don't want people knowing where I go and stuff. But yeah, I keep busy. Do you know what I mean? I live a pretty quiet life. That's probably my own fault, really. I could have probably, do you know what I mean, reached out to people, or could have met new people if I'd really tried. Or I still could. Do you know what I mean? I could. There's people online. Do you know what I mean? I could always add people that I don't add. Do you know what I mean? And stuff like that. Little things like that. Go on dating sites. There's loads of things I could do, but I'm just focused on obviously this YouTube. And yeah, that's about it really. That's what I'm focused on more than anything. Reading the Bible, trying to read the Bible, trying to get more spiritually, trying to develop my spirituality kind of thing by reading the Bible, develop my knowledge to do with spiritual stuff, and yeah, that's it. And obviously do the words and the scriptural videos for you guys, and try and help you develop your spirituality, and tell you about Christianity and stuff. So yeah, that's basically what I'm all about, guys. What my priorities are in life. Obviously, my faith. Doing this YouTube. And yeah, just living life basically from day to day, and just seeing where the road goes. Do you know what I mean? And that's it really. That's pretty much all I'm doing. Yeah. Yeah, that's pretty much it basically, guys. Look, as I watch the odd film every now and again. You may see me talk about that on here. You'll hear me talk about MMA, maybe boxing, but more MMA, UFC. Yeah, and that's pretty much all I talk about in scriptural stuff. So yeah, that's it, guys. That's all I want to say. This video's dragged on. I've waffled on. I've talked about a lot of nonsense for about the last 10-15 minutes, but yeah, but yeah, I've talked about a lot of nonsense, waffled on for about 10-15 minutes, but it is what it is. You know what I mean? I get carried away sometimes just talking for the sake of talking. I don't always get straight to the point. I don't always get to the point of what I'm trying to say, but yeah, but that's all I want to say anyway, guys. So I hope you liked the video. That's it. So take care. God bless. Much love, and I'll be back soon. Take care, guys. Love you all. Thank you. Bye. Bye.